Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time joining me, you are very welcome. Today I am going to be doing a first impressions and a review of the brand new SoSu by Keilidh collection, and guys, I am so excited. If you don't know who Suzanne Jackson or Keilidh Cashel are, I mean, have you been living under a rock? I don't know, but it's a really exciting collaboration, and I got to go to the launch event the other night and I got a few bits, so I'm very excited to show you. First of all, I'm going to just go through what's in the collection and what's available. So first of all is the Urban Rebel brush collection, and there are 7 brushes in this set. So there are 6 eye brushes and then 1 like face brush as well. So I'm really excited to try these. Keilidh wanted to formulate these for doing really detailed eye looks, so her eye looks are always very detailed. So it's a beautiful set. This retails for $29.95, which I think is a pretty good deal for 7 brushes, and they're kind of brushes that'll bring you through a lot of different situations. I'm very excited to try the SK03. It's very similar to a brush that I absolutely love by Blank Canvas, which is the E10 brush, so I really like that. So I'll be trying these out in the store. Secondly in the collection there is the Urban Beauty Lash collection. So there are 3 styles in here. There is the Keilidh, which is like a super kind of textured fluffy lash. There is the Black Heart that are like very long and like wispy, and then there's the Ego Lash, which I think are going to be a bit of me because I got a big ego, it's too much. But the Ego Lashes, Keilidh said, are like the Instagram lash, so they're really full on and nice and full, but they are not going to cover up your eyeshadow look. You know what I'm saying? These lashes, there's kind of a lash to suit everyone. I really like the SoSu by Suzanne Jackson lashes. You've seen me use them before. My favourites are New York and I love Taylor. So I'm really excited to try these out. These retail at $9.95. Finally, the piece de resistance, the Urban Bible eyeshadow palette. Like, this is just stunning. As you can see, I have swatched the palette, but I haven't used it yet. I'm gonna pop in some absolute struggle swatches here. Sorry, like, I'm not good at swatching, but here are the swatches of the palette itself. But it is, she's a beauty. Like, she is stunning. So I can't wait to use this. No doubt that the pigmentation is going to be amazing. The shimmers feel like butter. This one right here, this eyeshadow Chaos, I keep looking at because it's very like Club by MAC. Who remembers Club? It was like my jam. Club and Deep Truth I used to absolutely adore. So I'm going to create a look with this palette. I'm going to try and kind of step out of my comfort zone a little bit because Keilidh's looks are like insane. So this palette retails for $34.95. It has 16 shades in it, including some beautiful shimmers and some gorgeous mattes. And there's also, which I think is really good, there's a very strong black, because blacks are hard. Black is such a hard shade to formulate because sometimes it's grey, sometimes it pulls green, but this is like a really good true black. So I'm really excited to try this out. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer from IT. This is like my favourite eyeshadow primer. It's really good because it doesn't crack, it doesn't crease. I really like it. I haven't tried the P. Louise one yet, which I'm probably know I should, but you know, these things happen. Kind of cut under my brows anyway, where I know the shape is going to be. I'm going to kind of pat that on to the eye. I know people generally tend to leave their base sticky, but I can't do that. So I'm just going to take a tiny bit of veil, just kind of set over a little bit. I think what I want to do is kind of like a sunset-y type situation, and then I really want to use this shade here, Aura, because it's literally like stunning. So I really want to use that. So I think I'm going to kind of do a cut crease situation. The first brush I'm going to go into is the SK02 brush, and I'm going to use that to pick up some Sacred Fire, which is this shade here. And I'm just going to start kind of pressing that into my crease, just rocking it into the crease, because that's where we want the colour to really be. I'm just going to kind of keep patting that on to the eye until I get the intensity that I want. And once I have the kind of intensity that I want and it looks a bit mental, I'm going to take the SK03 and just start to buff that out using a little bit of Faith, which is this shade right here, which is the yellow shade. Kind of work over the edges a little bit with that, just kind of scratching out those edges. I'm just going to go in with a little blending brush then. This one is from Blank Canvas. And I'm just going to kind of blend that yellow in, just really start to work it into that outer area. So we're getting that like soft kind of transition out. So I'm going to go in with the shade Majesty now, and that's just kind of marrying everything together. And I'm just going to kind of scratch that along the edge there, just to marry that yellow and the red and the orange in together to get that really nice orangey blown out look. And then just going in with the same brush that I used, the 228 brush from Zoeva, I'm just going to really softly just kind of start to scratch that out. As you can see, I'm barely even moving the brush on my eye. I'm just kind of taking control of it and just making sure that everything is nice and soft. So while I was at the launch of the Keilidh palette on Thursday night, there was a tarot card reader there. And like, I am the most skeptical person, like the most. Like, I am so bad. Like, I literally am like, yeah, whatever. And I decided, fuck it, why not? I'm gonna go to the tarot card reader. So I did that. Went to the tarot card reader, and holy shit, like, I was glad that I went to her, but like at the same token I was literally like, oh my god, like what the fuck. She was like, she told me things that like no one would know, and like as in all she knew was my name. Like all she knew was my name. I was so freaked, it was madness. She basically told me that there was a young man that was trying to speak to me, and that he wanted me to know that like everything was okay and that he was fine and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, oh my god, my brother passed away 11 years ago, so I was literally like, I was sister shook. But basically she said that he was with like a tall man and like all this kind of stuff. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not getting that into it. So actually she told me loads of stuff, and like, I don't want to get too personal on here, but she told me loads of things and like told me about my career and all this kind of stuff. And like literally I was shaking, like shaking, could not believe it. Was kind of just like shocked that like this woman that I literally did not know at all would kind of glean all this information from me. So I don't know, I was kind of like a little bit sister spooked, but it was good though. Like I felt like, I don't know, I felt pretty like, I don't know, I felt like pretty free and like pretty relaxed about it afterwards. And like I rang my mom and told my mom, and like, I mean, it was pretty nice to hear that like little fecker was like alright, you know. But yeah, it was just a weird experience, but I did enjoy it. And holy god, does SoSu know how to turn a party. Okay, now that I have both eyes kind of to where I want them to be, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and just blend a little bit of a dark shade. So what I'm actually going to go in with Freedom, which is this shade here, which is like a plummy shade. And I just feel like that would be like, add a little bit of depth to the eye. So I'm just gonna kind of like rock that in just above my crease. I'm kind of want to keep that in the center. And taking the SK03 again, I'm just going to kind of like buff that out a little bit. It's even outside, great. Just kind of working on that and buffing it into the red and stuff like that. I just want to deepen it up like the tiniest bit. To cut my crease, I'm actually going to take this little detailed brush, and I'm going to pick up some more of my Bye Bye Under Eye concealer. I kind of follow the fold of my eye and just bring it around. So I'm going to go in with Oath, which is this shade here, and I'm just going to kind of pat that in to the eye, kind of tapping it on soften it as we go in. Strongest kind of down here towards the lash line, and then just slowly kind of bring it up into that area up here. So I'm going to take the shade Aura, and I'm just going to kind of pat that on. Holy shit! I actually need a brush for this because it's going to get out of control otherwise. The pigment on this is insane. So I'm going to pick up Aura on my SK05 and just continue to pat that on to the eye. And take my finger and just kind of blend it into the sides. Holy shit. So I just kind of wanted that as a base underneath, so there'd be like a soft kind of blend out, if you know what I mean. So that's what I meant, like if the blending isn't like absolutely perfect, like it's fine. Pat it over that kind of darkness that you have on the sides. So it's going to give that kind of spotlight effect without being like too hard. Go back in just with a little blending brush. This is the SK04. I'm just going to go in with Sacrifice just along the lash line, just to make sure that we're nice and blended. Girl, the pigment is insane. Ugh, amazing. So I'm going to take a wipe. No, wipes are not good, but they're good for this. So I'm just going to take a wipe. I'm just going to clean up under the eyes a little bit. So I'm going to be going in with my like Ride or Die liner, which is the NYX Matte Liquid, and I'm going to do like a bitchy wing. Okay, I'm back. I did a little bit of base and I also did a little bit of brow as well, so just to kind of complete the look. So what I want to do now is I'm going to go in with the shade Majesty, which is that orangey shade again, and I'm going to be using my SK03 brush, and I'm just going to start bringing that, I'm looking right up into the mirror, I'm going to start bringing that just underneath the eye. Then taking the SK06, which is our tiny little detail brush, I'm going to go in with a bit of Oath and just run that right under the lash line, so going right under your lashes and kind of connecting it with that wing as well. So really just taking small little steps and just buffing that under the lash. For the lash line itself, I'm going to go in with this shade here from MAC. It's called Undercurrent, and I'll show it to you now. It's like a perfect like tealy, deep tealy green, and I'm just going to go on and line, ooh, I had black on my hand there. I'm just going to go on and line the waterline with that. Really getting it in there. So the final brush in the set was this one here, which is the SK01 brush, and it was actually formulated for highlighting. So we're going to do a little bit of highlighting. I have my SoSu highlighter palette here, and I'm going to go in with the shade Unicorn Dust, which is this one here. I want to just pick that up there, and let's just see. Oh, okay. That's like the perfect size for highlighting. Really kind of buffs it into the skin. Oh girl, I'm into that. So these are the Ego lashes. They are like really nice and fluttery, and the band looks fab as well. So I'm gonna try these ones out. These are really pretty. I think they kind of are a little bit lost with this eye look because it's so much eyeliner, but I really do like what they do for the look, you know. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that little tutorial. If you couldn't tell by the tutorial, I'm kind of hype. I'm feeling it. I love the look. This collection is amazing. It's so amazing. I would highly recommend picking up some of the products. Obviously I had the full range here. Thank you so much to the team at SoSu for gifting me these products, but the palette and the Ego lashes are just like a bit of me. They're definitely something that I would gravitate towards on the daily. So I might pick up a couple more pairs of them because I use Huda Beauty Samantha all the time, but sometimes I just want to switch it up, you know what I mean? I just want to take a second as well to say congratulations to Keilidh. Like, this is such an amazing palette and you work so hard. She is the hardest working woman in the Irish industry, and to be paired with Suzanne Jackson as well, it's just like a force to be reckoned with. You've done so well on this collection. I'm not surprised that it's amazing, because everything that you do is so well thought out and so incredible, and I can't wait to see what's next for you in the future. And I'm speaking over my words now, but I'm just such a huge supporter of Keilidh. I think she's just fantastic, and every time I've ever met her, she's been so kind, so lovely, and we had a trip to London together last year. Was that last year? And it was so fun. No, it was during the summer. It wasn't even last year. What am I like? But it was so fun. But I highly recommend you give Keilidh a follow if you're not following her already, which I mean, realistically you are. And I'll leave all the links to everyone I've spoken about in the box down below, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye. Pose it in, yeah.